Hello everyone, Ilda here from I Love Doing All Things Crafty and hope you are all doing well. Today I have my first holiday cards to share with you all. These cards feature one of Ink on 3's latest stamp sets, which is part of their Christmas release. When I first saw this fairy in the stamp set, I knew I had to make some slider cards with her. I wanted her to appear like she was flying through the air. And as you can see, it looks like she's flying through the sky to add a star to the top of my trees. Both these cards are very similar to make, but their look and layout are slightly different. I also thought it would be fun to challenge myself and use non-traditional colors, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. And as I mentioned earlier, here's a look at Ink on 3's Fairy Christmas stamp set that I used to create today's cards. So I'm going to go ahead and add my process video now. In the first part of the video, you will see some speed coloring of these Christmas fairies, and you will also see how I fussy cut all the white space around her to get that nice clean edge sharp look. Then you will see how I painted my backgrounds and how I came up with these DIY Christmas trees, and then of course the assembly of these cards. Like usual, I will add my tips and tricks throughout the video so you know exactly what I'm doing. And for a list of the supplies I used in today's video, make sure you check out the links below in the video description, or you can also check them over on my blog. So at this point, I've already gone and scanned these images through my scan and cut machine and die cut them out electronically. But as you can see, there's still some white spaces left behind. So I'm just fussy cutting out the remainder of the white space. And then I will use my pen blade to trim all the excess white areas. For those of you that do not like fussy cutting, Ink on 3 stamp sets do come with coordinating digital dies that you can download once you've purchased the set, and you can use them with any electronic cutting machine. The dies, however, do cut a white border around the image, and since my cards had no white space on them, I just figured it'd look best if I trimmed out all the white. My initial plan was to create a vertical and a horizontal night scene for my Christmas fairies, but I wasn't liking how this pink fairy was looking against the dark background, so I thought I'd paint a new background using lighter colors. So here I'm blending a bunch of green watercolors together just to create a background that I'll be using to die cut my trees from. Since I didn't have a Christmas tree die, I used this Grassy Fields die from My Favorite Things to create my DIY Christmas trees. Here I'm using this black piece of cardstock that I had previously used with the same die, and this will help me figure out where to add my die to create a nice edge for the Christmas tree. To ensure that the slider die cut pieces line up properly, all I did was use the same stitched rectangle die to cut out the background. And that pretty much finishes off today's process video. I hope you were inspired by today's Fairy Christmas slider cards featuring Ink on 3's Fairy Christmas stamp set, and hopefully I'll be back soon to share with you another holiday card. So make sure you click that thumbs up button, subscribe, and leave me some love in the comments. And until next time everyone, happy crafting. Bye!